Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Alan Wake 2 and The Dark Place, where things are weirder than one might expect, even. Alright, a lot of angry shadows out here still. I like that I'm being rewarded with lots of, like, weird narrative and mechanical stuff for exploring, for not just, like, taking the most direct route to where we're going. The most direct route to where we're going is, like, okay, there's a point of interest over there. I guess to cross the bridge and then end up, like, over here. Yeah. So this is forward, right? Huh. Words of lamp? I mean, I am...
Something hidden here, a phrase repeated over and over. The words resonated with meaning. Had I written this?
Okay, words of power can be used to make Wake stronger. You can assign them in the writer's room. I have discovered word of lamp. Words of fix, words of gun, words of war. I got a word of lamp. Restores 50 health for each second when using the flashlight boost on hostile shadows. I don't know what 50 means in this system. Is it 50%? 10% chance to stun enemies on flashlight boost is like very whatever. 25% chance to regain a flashlight charge on killing an enemy. That seems... I think main attraction and lucky strikes seem like the way to go. Let's do this. This feels like a good survival tool here. Increases damage dealt by bullets. See, like, this is the kind of stuff that I would expect to be words of gun. But okay, words of gun is like utility stuff involving the weapons. Words of war is actual damage stuff. Words of stuff. Okay, useful. Cool. Decreases damage received from the darkness projectiles. That's okay. I'm not super jazzed about what that portends for our future. Okay, interesting. Restores 50% of max health whenever a new word of power is discovered. Is that going to be significantly... like, is that going to be often enough? And it's weird that it says there 50% of max health. Oh, that's right. We didn't actually listen to that. The song is called The Mirror is a Trap. Huh. Okay. Well, that's good to know about. So that was our point of interest, right? Yeah. No, that's over here. So if I turn to the right, go down the stairs... Did I miss something? Like, I know Breaker's in there. Maybe I missed something in Breaker's room. Because as I remember it, when we were finding points of interest as Saga, it was marking them off when we had actually examined them thoroughly, right? I was taking them off the map, I mean. I hovered all the text. I'm just trying to make sure that the game is caught up with how thorough we've been in here. I feel like I've interacted with everything here there is to interact with. Found some pizza somewhere. Probably wouldn't eat that. Do we have to eat in this place? Is that a thing? Probably not, right? We're outside of time and space. One would expect that being outside of time puts one as well outside of hunger. Nope, it doesn't erase the point of interest. Okay, so that's just Breaker is the point of interest. All right, well, I guess let's cross. Or wait, is this where we came in? This whole place is very confusing and intentionally so. Alright, so this is the light we were trying to get to. That's the fence we couldn't get past. That's all good. Except that there is nothing in my lamp currently. We're gonna have to go grab something to feed into this. Okay, nothing to gather in the junk. So, straight up, as they say. Wait. That was a word of war. So we don't even have the flare gun. It feels like full stop is the way to go, right? Even though I don't think this is a great buff. Until we actually have another weapon. Maybe I'd be better off just saving resources until we get the shotgun or whatever, but if the last game is any indication, is that just pointing out the other two things? It's weird. Oh, I guess as you approach, you would run up here, you would see this one first, then you would see this, then you would realize there's stuff. Okay. I see why it is ordered that way now. Well, how do I get higher up then? There's no ladder or anything. I mean, there's that, but that's certainly inaccessible. And I don't really see any other... Oh, well, that's probably accessible. Hold on. Let's go see. Will Alan... No, he will not. That's a shame, because that fire escape actually, like, runs up. We could get somewhere. Alright, perhaps I'm taking this sign a little bit too seriously. But it definitely suggests that we should be going up. We just gotta figure out a way to do that. So that's the one we came up. That's right behind me, but it's on the other side of the wall. There's no way actually inside of the building over here. Can't, like, open a window or... This light is not enough to power my, my lamp, I guess. So clearly a space that we are intended to be in. How do I actually get up there? Let me have a little bit more of a look around down here first. Oh, I can take the car headlights.
Fuck me.
Well, I'm probably safe from them up here. There's no place to stick the light here. But mostly what I'm doing is running from the shadows while I try to figure out what to do next. So, okay, that's an area where the light could be inserted. We have this, and I guess we just run back. think those shadows actually seem to not be pursuing. Does this open from this side, or... Yes, okay. I was figuring that it might not, and it might be the case that we had to go through that area over there that was closed when the light was on. Because maybe it's different now. But okay, so let's run over. Let's spawn the entrance to the subway station. Then we'll grab this light. This is actually really cool. I dig the mechanic here. Don't sleep again. Stop writing and wake.
The gates to the platform were closed. I had a ticket.
Just seeing if I can help myself to anything here. All right. Well, that's handy. Anything else around here wanna open for me? All right, worth looking around.
Something about the station platform felt significant. It would work in my writing, but I needed more. Something lingered here. A half-forgotten memory. An echo.
Okay, interesting. I was trying to see if I could grab the light back, you know, and carry it with us. Oh. Okay, the wall. When there is no light, the wall is positioned here specifically
here.
to prevent you from doing that.
About to reveal itself. I needed to look at it from the right angle.
An FBI agent had come here before me on the trail of a murder cult. He'd gone missing, presumed dead. The cult was leaving me clues to follow, connecting the dots from one murder to the next, inviting me to draw an obscene picture on the city map. Caldera Street Station. The name made me think of the exit wound of a bullet.
I had a flash of inspiration. The ghost of my fictional detective. A story thread I could use in my writing.
Okay, your first plot element from an echo. You can write it into reality on the plot
I
board.
had a location. I had a story thread. I would put them together, write them into my story to create a path deeper into the dark place.
I like the fact that they're making this more something that you, the player, do rather than something like Alan just does as you're running through the scene. You know, there was that mechanic with using the flashlight to select words that were in the space already in, I think it was the DLC to Alan Wake. I don't think it was the main game, but I like this a lot better. Okay, so select the FBI agent plot element and activate it with enter.
Things clicked into place. The story rang true. I was making progress. The dark place reacted to my story. The way into the tunnels was no longer blocked.
Interesting. I've always had a vivid imagination, but this dream unsettled me. It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards. So yes, it began with a dream. This is, don't love that. This is very cool, but I don't love that. It's not like your stories are any good. You're a lousy writer. Alan's self-recriminations just written all over the street signs. This is very cool. Give me stuff. Give me things. Hell yeah. Okay, that's a lot of health stuff. Actually, that went from hell yeah to disconcerting really quickly. Well, you find one health item and it's like, oh, I'm just doing a good job. You find 4 health items and you're like, fuck, what are they about to do to me? Hold on. Are there lockers on the other side of the platform as well? There are not. Okay.
The tracks led into the tunnel. That was my way forward.
The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest. Okay. So this is actually forward, and that other thing is just a cache. Hello?
The Fed had glimpsed into the maw of darkness. It swallowed him whole.
All right, well, let's get whatever's in the cache and then move on. Can I not? This arrow is indicating like right here. Can't enter this, can't enter that. Can I get down onto the track? Oh, I see. I'm supposed to look through the window and get me these words of gun. Really, you have to line these up very carefully. I assume I want to be able to see as much of it as possible. Am I supposed to shine the light onto the middle of it, or... Okay. Yeah, no, it's just like it's really finicky. Chance not to consume ammo actually seems pretty good. Oops. Okay. So there are kind of a lot of words of power around, but also, you know, this is just the beginning of this mechanic. They may be just trying to introduce it to us by making it more prominent in the game world than it will be at other times. Okay.
The blood trail continued deeper into darkness.
Okay, this one is fading too. I want to stop and read stuff. Who's late, desperately trying to reach my destination. A lighthouse. For some urgent reason I couldn't remember. I'd been driving too fast down a coastal road to get there. You know, it is a typical nightmare pattern. Well, can we go any further? No, okay, that's just going to dark place us. Fair enough. Oh, okay, that prompt was just the door handle. I thought I had run past an object on the ground for a second there. Huh. Well, I guess we're following the detective's trail then.
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't love that. I don't love the sudden startly bits. So blue lighting over there, which has in the past indicated the way forward. Ah, this is our safe room. Okay. Let's go ahead and quick save it here. I mean, I guess I may as well manual save. I'm just looking for supplies first. Okay. Resident Evil style. I get it. I see that. I think we're good, though. Look at that. We do so love to write. So, like, when we see the symbol of the cult, am I supposed to regard that as safety? Does it guide us toward it? Do we follow it like we follow the yellow arrows, or is it just more graffiti? This place is constructed in a strange way.
The tunnels were a maze. The blood trail led me on.
Okay, sure, but the yellow arrow points this way. Okay. Hand flares area of effect and duration. Increases effect duration of painkillers. I don't actually know what that refers to. Let's trauma pads, right? We have a bunch of trauma pads already. This is, I think, worth doing. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's all that the arrows were doing for us. Which means this is not the way forward. And I'm expecting it will block us ere too long. Alright, just having a look around. Trying to get a feel for the way the designers are using the colored lighting elements to guide us forward. Alright, follow the blood trail and the numbers. And also we should probably run over here and snatch up this light if we can. Am I allowed to take that? I'm gonna have to get closer to it.
Another place to use in the story. I needed to search the tunnels for further visions. Inspiration for the story that would lead me deeper.
Okay, go to the plot board and rewrite reality in the collapsed tunnel. I would love to do that.
Location for the story.
Select the new scene. A single plot element can be used in multiple scenes. Select the FBI agent plot element. This is where the agent's trail went cold. A ghost.
I changed the story. And with that, the dark place changed. The federal agent had come here looking for answers. All he found was a fate worse than death.
Huh, okay.
It's bad luck to be on this case. The cult can get you anywhere with that black magic shit. Let the day shift handle it. What happened, anyway?
Some Fed came looking for the cult, but it was a trap. A satanic blood sacrifice.
Anyone who gets involved with the cult, they're next. I heard their leader is this famous writer, Alan Wake. Their unholy motherfucking messiah.
Sounds like a load of bull.
Okay, so that did not actually award us a new plot element. I'm assuming it will, though. I'm assuming the cult will become an element we can work with at some point. All right, here's that light I was looking for. It does feel like we've been prepped an awful lot relative to the amount of, like, combat and mechanical difficulty that we've seen, right? Is that batteries? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, well.
Another echo lingered here. A source of inspiration.
Sure, I'll be eating my words soon enough, right?
Can help me. Word is, your research can help me, ma'am. What do you know?
There's more than one urban legend about the cult of the word. The murder cult used these tunnels for their ritual sacrifices. They say the cult reenacted the murders in Alan Wake's crime books. That Wake was even involved somehow, under a false identity. Mr. Scratch, which is, of course, a nickname for the devil himself.
It was disturbing finding myself in the story this way. But I was desperate, and it felt right for the story.
Okay, the flashlight can be turned on and off. That's true.
This new plot beat would carry me deeper into the story.
Alright, so we have the murder cult now. The ritual antechamber to the cult's place of dark power. Okay, you can only rewrite reality in a scene you're currently... Okay, so that location is...
I'd have to go to the scene.
That location is smaller than I understood it to be. Some of these guys are a little bit more real. I just wanted the ability to come over here and, like, really look around.
Alan Wake. I just want to know.
Come on, come on. Ah! Ah, damn it. Stop, stop.
The shadows melted away. I was alone. For now.
Okay, so back into the specific room.
I was making my way deeper into the story. I could imagine this murder cult performing their macabre acts beyond the collapsed tunnel.
Huh. Well, this is a very imaginative approach to the design of this cult.
The cultists laid the Casey novel onto the altar with reverence. Their twisted Bible.
So, alright. I was kind of for a second there thinking they wanted me to do something with the very stark shadow of the altar, but I think they just want us to move back into this area to find it now functioning a little bit differently, with it being the place beyond the cult's chamber. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. Oh, that's different. Doesn't actually give me anything, though, does it? Let me look at my map here. So, okay, something of interest. It looks like in the little side room specifically. Did I miss something, or maybe something that wasn't here before? Doesn't seem like it. And if I pull the light... Oh. Okay, that's cool. Love a word of lamp. Lucky Strike also seems good. Yeah, I mean, we'll get them both. It does seem like batteries are relatively infrequent. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I'm a little bit unsure what to do here. So there's a spot where you can light shift. But it feels like the trail is... There's kind of nowhere left to go on the map at all. Find more signs of cult activity. Okay, let's back it up, I guess. Or, sorry, if I'm backing it up, I want to go this way. And now we have some light with us. So we can potentially... Yeah, maybe this is the thing I was misunderstanding. An antechamber referring to there being more stuff beyond, but in the other direction, perhaps? Maybe, yeah. There's more of this red cult lighting back here now.
The water was gone. The way forward was open.
Night Springs doesn't exist. It's a fictional town on the TV show I used to work on. It was Any Place USA, a place we used as a backdrop for whatever strange story we had that week. One of the stories I wrote for the show involved a man, the champion of light, fighting his evil double, the herald of darkness. It's a little dramatic. At the oil derrick, the wheel had been jammed in place and turned until the oil gurgled and flowed, thick and flammable. The warning lights were blinking in a fast rhythm, bright and steady, powered by the battery. The Kasabian CD was playing in the boombox, all distorted guitars and intense beat. High above, some piece of orbital junk or another collided with the satellite, knocking it radically off course. And boy, I hope you like that one song. A lot of people didn't think American Nightmare was all that great. You know, I get where they're coming from.
Hey, Alan.
Hey.
Tim Breaker. In case you don't remember again.
I know, Tim. I'm remembering more now.
It's good to hear, man.
How's your search for Mr. Door going?
It's not great. This dream we're in, putting a lot of roadblocks in my way.
So you think this is a dream?
I'm not ruling it out. You know, my dreams have always been incredibly vivid. They feel real until the second I wake up. In the dreams, I'm often someone else. A different person with a different name, living a different life in a different world. It's alternate realities, maybe. But certain things don't change. Like Door.
The sketch you have does look like the Door I know. The talk show host.
All I know is the Door has something to do with what's happening to me. And he knows that I know. He's He's like some sadistic mastermind torturing me.
Sheriff Breaker sure does put a lot of space between his dialogue lines. So we got some extra text here now. A dream feels like it. Not real, no place. Every place, all places. Not New York, not NYC. Is door the gatekeeper or trying to get somewhere? Or everywhere? And then he's just written a bunch of synonyms for door. Okay, well, do you have any supplies in here? Because, I mean, not that I desperately need them, but I certainly will take them. Actually, looks like no. Mostly pizza boxes and books this time. Oh, wait, there's a little side chamber. All right, hell yeah. Later, Tim.
Wake.
I hope I'm not, reasonlessly wasting resources by doing that so much, but they do attack us if we don't, and we're certainly finding a lot of batteries. Ow! Fuck.
There's no escape.
Okay. Sort of dirty pool there, I would argue, but fine, we survived it. Also, they're certainly not being stingy with the resources. Feels like, there's no reason not to save every time we have the opportunity, right?
The memory is fading like a dream. I remember an awful beacon in the darkness, the scene of a ritualistic murder site in the subway tunnels. Is it a previous draft of my writing? Must be. I've been trying to shape the dark place around me, but so much fades away. Even my memory of the process, washed away by dark waves. But some things remain. The darkest, nastiest elements, like the murder site. It's my goal, a stepping stone to travel deeper to escape. Write a narrative that takes me there, in case you lead me to it.
Okay. So the dark place will hold on to some bits. Some things don't fade. And so we just, like, maybe the cult is an element. The cult of the word is an element in one version of the thing that can be reshaped, or the cult of the tree is an element that can be reshaped into the cult of the word.
The train blocked my way forward, but it was here for a reason. It had a role to play.
Okay, continue on the cult's trail. Well, that's pretty simple to do.
I had a new scene to use, a new setting. This thread fit the scene. The cult poured the gasoline over the train car. An iron cage that would soon become a coffin.
We can only deviate by so much, maybe like per attempt or maybe at all. And it's just a matter of... Ow. Just a matter of pushing the boundaries of what we're allowed. It is kind of a bummer that the only damage boosting skill for the revolver boosts solely the damage of the final bullet, when it seems like it takes 5 hits to kill most enemies. Oh.
Go on, ma'am. Go on, ma'am.
This is where the history of the cult gets genuinely disturbing. The cultists track down the torchbearers living in the tunnels. They lock the poor folks up in a derailed subway car, douse it in gasoline. Yeah.
Charming.
It turns into a bit of a ghost story after that. They say the dark smoke from the fire still roams the tunnels searching for new victims to devour.
There are no happy endings in this city.
The story thread felt important. I could use it in one of the scenes I found.
Yeah, alright. Does this door open? It does not. Okay. Let's see about the torchbearer.
The new story beat fit the story perfectly.
The way forward through the bowels of the burnt carcass.
A sick and twisted story. It worked. The subway car had become a burnt husk. I could get through it now.
Okay, and we're totally going to, but actually I'm really curious, before we do that.
Hello? Anyone there? Dead.
Once again, there was like text hovering for a moment. Okay, the door's not even open in that version of the scene. I was just curious. I was wondering if it would give us access to any new narrative or anything. Oops, that's not what What am I doing?
The
Torchbearers.
scene had changed. This thread would create something terrible in the scene, but it's what the story needed.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucked. Okay, well, let's just try to get through it quickly. I mean, the long-term question, right, is...
None of this was real. It was all
Okay, yeah, let's just get out of there as quickly as possible.
Fuck me.
But, like, in order to create the story element, in order to, like, populate it with detail, right, Alan can't help but actually put himself through it mentally, right? Like, actually put it all together. And so, yeah, grim shit. I was about to say something. The long-term question is, like, at the end of this, is it possible for us to write a story where we go through enough darkness that we can sort of, like, earn ourselves an ending? Like, can we buy our way out of the dark places interference with enough nastiness? Isn't, at the end of this, it's still going to be the case that we're stuck because the dark place won't let us have any kind of happiness? I mean, that's what I would think, but... Okay, so now that's open. So in a future version of the scene where where we don't have access to the way through, we could to the way through the subway car, we can still potentially get through the by using the door. Like if we wanted to switch it back into cult mode, for example. Huh. Interesting. Maybe that piece of sheet isn't there. Oh no, you want to look at it from above is all. I was going to say maybe it's not there in different versions of the scene, But can we get into a position where I can look at that from directly above? It would be right here. Chair out of way. Damn it, chair. Deputy Mulligan tuned Thornton's chatter out. He didn't think writers were particularly useful people, and a huge manhunt for one struck him as idiotic. Certainly not worth the missed opportunity for coffee and pie. It wasn't even clear what the man had done except run from them at the trailer park. Mulligan knew he wasn't alone. The sheriff's patience with the Fed was running out. I like these little bits of, like, the narrative sort of stuck all over the place. Things you can't quite get out of your head. So I don't know how to get a better view of this than that. Again, it makes me, like, I wonder if it's a version of the scene thing. Like, if we head back here, and we set the scene back in murder cult mode. In detective mode, we can't even access this room, right? But in murder cult mode, we now have the door open. And does it change? No, not meaningfully. The stuff over here is still laid out the same. But we can change it to detective mode while we're still in this room, right? Is this going to force me out onto the tracks? Or missing FBI agent mode, rather? No. Okay. The door's not open, but it doesn't force me out. So with none of the really fucked up stuff having happened, this place should be in pretty decent order, and hopefully that room won't be quite as... Nope, still filled with detritus. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, Don't quite know how to see that. How to see enough of it, anyway. Don't think there's a way to access it from there. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There is light and there is darkness. There's guilt and there's atonement, but the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. There's a long journey through the night back to the light. Okay, so this is our working theory, right? Essentially, we can buy ourselves some light if we just force ourselves through enough darkness. Maybe. Just like an idea, it's an idea about good story structure that is like you have to earn. Ah, damn it. Do you mind? I am... Oh, shit. That guy really just kind of ran... Wow. Okay, well. This is the thing that happens. That guy sort of ran right through my first two shots there. I was kind of expecting to be able to stagger him with the gun, but he largely disregarded it. Okay. We're good. We're fine. Everything's good and normal here. How are y'all doing? You get in trouble. You disregard the shadows too much. But like this little... This area matters, right? It's here for a reason. So who is a persistent shadow? You. No, whoa. Okay, I think we're actually clear now. Yeah, it's tough when there's that many of them in a space to know which ones are real. Okay, so what is the purpose of being in here? None of these are interactable. Can I step inside? Nope, that door is pretty thoroughly blocked. Ah, lockers. You know, honestly, this does not seem like it was worth the detour. Guess that's the price I pay for my curiosity. Can't even open the other door. Oh, hold on. Yep, still not worth the detour. Okay, back to what we were doing, which is probably this. Seems likely.
My path was blocked. I had to find a way through. The lights would help me.
I think I heard movement in the water that was not caused by my feet. Pretty sure. Sure enough. All right. This is just a little side chamber. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Just put myself on the other side of the space. Hunted. Cool. Great. Actually, this one does not seem to meaningfully shift the positions of any of the barriers. Oh, but I wonder... Okay, let's deposit the light. That door there. I wonder if there will be a way into that door. No, it still doesn't really seem like we can get through here. So now I have double light stored in the lamp, but still no obvious way forward. Okay, so if I come back here and I put myself back on the other side of this. In this version of the scene, so there is another light flickering, but I can't quite I can't quite perceive it to interact with it. Let's take a second look at our map here. Okay. So, there are 3 light shifts. Wait, is there a light shift behind me? Okay, so that creates this. Let me turn this on as well. Does that change the area around here at all? No. Thought I heard noises up there. So we made a version of this thing where did I miss a container? I sure did. We should probably not do that. Well, it turns out there wasn't anything in it anyway. Yes, we can pull this light. And then pull this light, stand over here and restore this light, which moves the construction stuff. And lets us move through here, but like this seems to be a dead end. There's something about this bit right here that I am not understanding. Also, I am off of the map right now, so not necessarily the most productive. Yeah, and lighting or unlighting this part of the room doesn't really seem to change anything. I mean, like, it changes the way some of the set dressing is positioned, but it doesn't seem to have much utility. And if I take this light from this side of the construction equipment and run it back here, there's nothing to do with it, right? Yeah, I can still just... So light being in this position helps us get from that area to this area because it moves all these boxes. The problem is that I don't know how to get over there in the first place. Do I need to go back up? Oh. Maybe I do. Maybe I need to change some of the stuff down here, go back up, and then come down those stairs. But when I come down those stairs, I definitely need this to be active. Okay. I thought I was going to be able to find my way forward down here, but I think that is probably the deal. Okay. So we should be able to now head back up here. Okay, none of these seem persistent enough to be a problem. No, we are not, in fact, able... Yeah, that doesn't go down anyway. It goes up. What is this arrow instructing us to look at? Oh, there. Okay, well, I'm glad I came back up here so we didn't miss these. I guess a max health increase seems pretty good. Okay, so maybe that is the point of this room, is just the word of power. So we do, in fact, probably have to fight our way forward down there. I don't think we are going to be able to find our way to those other stairs. Gosh, it seems difficult to imagine, though, right? Let me, hold on. There's this little light here. What if I turn that on and then go upstairs? Does it change the situation up here at all? Okay, that shadow moved forward quickly, but it didn't like solidify. No, it doesn't seem like it does change anything up here. So what is the point of this? It's this forward light. This one right here that I'm not 100% sure what the mechanical utility of it is, but it's got to be something. So this situation isn't any different. Oh. Oh. You can go further down here now. That's, yep. This wasn't open before, was it? I don't think so. Maybe. Perhaps I am just a fool. Okay, well, we found the way forward, but I don't know that I actually want to make any more progress here because we are at the hour, and I do have a thing that I cannot push after this. So, unfortunately, that is going to have to be it for us for today. But at least I found the way forward. At least I deposited the lights where they needed to be deposited. So we are ready to move on. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, hopefully we're going to find our way to the end of this dank, horrifying subway chapter and into some other probably equally horrifying, likely equally dank location. And we'll see you then.